In our culture, the resilient woman is both admirable and held at high honor, but it doesn't always feel so honorable, does it? Being the one who is everything for everyone else can be heavy. And as the quieter one, everyone thinks you have everything all together. But inside, you feel as if you are losing yourself in the process. I believe that you too can have a life that is both purposeful and fulfilled, even as the resilient woman you are. Her authentic journey, this is a personal journey of mine, and I go before you, sharing what I wish I had early on, having the conversations we rarely speak of, and sharing lessons, learn and unlearn, as I let go of striving for a life that I thought I had to live, a life that resembled those strong women before me, to then build a life that is authentic to me. And along this personal journey of mine, I discovered the secret key to our more in the life of fulfillment that we desire for ourselves. This is more accessible than we think. And it begins by becoming true to who you are, not who you've had to be. So come along this journey of finally walking into the fulfilled life you were meant for. Hey, welcome back to Her Authentic Journey, the podcast. I am your host, Navasia Collier, and today we're going to talk about the last component of Method on Purpose framework. If you are just now tuning in, please go back and listen to the previous episodes as I go through each component of this framework. Today is the last but not least, which is doing it. It is the doing. And I want to talk a little bit about the first time I blindly took a leap and completely bet on me and me alone. Not too long ago, I was that person, just like you, who had to be all things for it seemed like everyone. After some time, it became second nature for me. Actually, early on in life, it became second nature for me. And it becomes who you are and what you're supposed to do. And all the emotions that come along with it as well, until you find yourself fighting a battle from within. Your body and soul is ready to move, but your mind has been trained to stand still. That's the best way I can describe it. I'll repeat that again. Your body and soul is ready to move forward, but your mind has been trained to stand still. Well, I had fought that battle, I had fought that fight until I couldn't fight any longer. I could no longer fight what I already knew all along. But it was the blueprint for execution that I thought that I needed. You see, there were no examples in front of me. So it seemed really impossible. Like, am I dreaming something that is nearly impossible? You know, you second guess yourself, knowing and feeling that there is so much more than this, is so much more within you. But you just don't know where to start, what to do, or what's on the other side of it. Does that sound familiar to you? I think that was the scariest part for me, was not knowing what's on the other side of you doing something different. Well, that day on my defining moment, instead of continuing to fight, I decided to take a step forward without knowing any of the things I just mentioned. Where to start, what to do, or what's on the other side of it. I knew none of the above. It was a risk, a huge risk. And I come from a world where certain risks are just not taken, especially as a parent or someone who's independent and responsible for others. If risks are taken, you pretty much know the outcome wouldn't be too harsh on everyone else. Well, I didn't know this. I didn't know it at the time. This time I went in blinded, no guarantees, not knowing what was on the other side. It's still unfolding, if I'm honest, for me. It's still unfolding each and every day. This is why I call it a journey. You know, I never thought in a million years that thing that I feared the most would feel so good. The feeling of not knowing what or where I am being led, it is scary. Very, very scary. So I thought, I have come to find for myself that it is the most liberating, weird, uncomfortable, and exciting feeling yet, if that makes any sense. But it's my truth. I made a decision, and now I'm on this ride. I am on this journey. And so much is happening through and around me. I am just trusting the process. I've always trusted my heart, so I know that I'm being led in the right direction. It is just very uncomfortable at times. And I think that's where most of us struggle with doing. We don't like to become uncomfortable. But entering into a new place and a new realm should be, right? If you're anything like me, I'm a quieter person. You can say I'm an introvert. I'm always thinking and always have a lot to say, only when necessary, and can be a private person too. But in this season, and what I am called to do right now challenges some of these things. Actually, it challenges all of it. But my mission to guiding you to your true, authentic fulfillment requires that I step out of my norm at times and in different areas. And it will not always be perfect, as I will have to do it nervous and scared. But helping and guiding you from the place that I once was means way more to me than the uncomfortability or being perfect and showing up perfectly. Helping you leave the life of just surviving and arrive in a life that is fulfilled is worth it for me. And that is how I'm here before your ears today. I made one decision. Sometimes it's just making one decision that leads to many bolder and new decisions. And a renewed, bolder, a more courageous you in the making, right? That's what it makes for. A more bolder and courageous being. It's about doing, about taking the first step, which makes it easier for me to share with you my story, my lessons that I've learned, giving you what I wish I had long ago. I wish I heard someone speak on the thoughts and feelings that I secretly had inside. I wish I knew someone that did something different and helped guide me into my journey, helping me with my mistakes along the way. Letting me know that I'm not going to spiral. You see, my first step makes your first step easier, and I believe that. And I believe in you. This isn't just meant for me. No, this is about us. This is about entering into your more, about enjoying and being fulfilled in life now. Not waiting for everything outside of you to breed happiness for you. I hope you make the decision to do. I hope that you make a decision to follow and take into practice Method on Purpose framework. I hope to see you along this journey. It is time to redefine the woman you had to be and be the woman who you were meant to be. Please come join me in my Facebook community with a couple of like-minded women like yourself who are ready to begin on this journey as well. I will see you there. And until next time, be true to who you are, not who you've had to be. Thank you for listening to Her Authentic Journey, the podcast. I hope you enjoyed and were able to grab something meaningful from this episode. If so, please support by sharing with a friend, rate and review. You can also refer to our show notes for more. Until next time, remember, be true to who you are, not who you've had to be.